Hi, my name is Maureen, and I'm from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. So we have really interesting experience with literacy up here because we do have two national languages, but also my family, they speak four languages fluently. So they tried to transfer that over to me with reading and writing, and of course speaking. That made reading and writing more complicated, but I remember with learning English, my earliest memory to read and write is my dad teaching me how to write my name, of course, tracing, and my mom reading me a lot of storybooks, and this transfers into school as well. So I remember from kindergarten all the way to grade three, my teachers always read us a lot of books and then tried to make it interactive. They based a lot of their assignments off of it. Of course, there's like the very hungry caterpillar, and you would raise your own caterpillars and release the butterflies later. I remember that. And then with the writing base, it was doing a bunch of nursery rhymes and then writing your letter to your favorite nursery rhyme character. I was really lucky in the fact that my teachers tried to make things really interactive with all stories. It wasn't just a one off, I'm going to tell you a story. We're going to learn and build off of it as well. And there's a lot of other lessons with it. But it also became a little complicated because we are required to learn a bit of French as well. So a lot of it I found kind of transferred over with reading and writing, just like we learned in our early literacy class, where a lot of it is just exposure. I can't speak French, but I'd like to say I can read it just because everything in Canada, you need to have the English and French with all the labels. Even though I can't speak it, I can definitely read it. And that's kind of the same with literacy as well with English. That's how I started to read, and how to really get into it was all the exposure with just stories and books and just constantly being surrounded by it. Um, I really like reading. I really like writing, but that definitely came a little bit later when I pursued academics a little further. I hated it all throughout elementary, middle school, and junior high or high school, just because of the complication with a bunch of different languages. But once I got into university and had a lot more structure, I'm not a creative writer at all. I'm definitely more of an analytic writer. So, I think this was a really interesting transition, though, for early childhood, just because I really like the creative aspects that I learned when I was growing up. And I would like to bring that into my classroom as well. So it's definitely a shift in how I'd like to teach reading and writing.